Hey guys, this is Nate from RunDreamAchieve.com. Today's video I really want to talk on a very important topic, and it's on how to start running when you're overweight. And the reason why I wanted to talk on this topic is because there are a lot of, it's one thing for me to talk about, topics related to running faster or trying to run a specific time, but there are a lot of people out there that are having a difficult time getting started in running because they're overweight. And I just wanted to provide 5 really important tips that you can, that I hope that you can utilize that will really help to impact your motivation, because this is the part of being a coach and being a mentor to people online that I really love. And what I really wanted to talk on in this particular video is some 5 key tips that can really help you mentally as well as strategically to get involved in running, that will help you to, in terms of how to start running when you're overweight. The first tip I want to talk on is do not get discouraged. You want to start small. You do not want to get caught up in worrying about, well, I can't go out. I have a hard time just going out and trying to jog for 5 minutes. If that's all you can do at this point, then focus on that, because we all have to start somewhere. And really the key to being successful in running is not being caught up in focusing so much on how many miles you're running, how far you're running, especially when you're trying to just get started in the sport. And if you're overweight, just know that you're just as disciplined and just as focused as any other athlete out there. Just because you're currently overweight doesn't mean you cannot get out there and experience what it's like to run, even it's for short periods of time. So the key tip I wanted to share with you in regards to that is just to focus on starting small. You want to, I highly recommend focusing on doing a combination of walking and running, and I'll talk on that a little bit further. But I really think the mental part of training and not getting discouraged is really important for you. You don't want to just stay consistent. Be able to get out the door. I recommend getting out at least between 2 and 3 times per week, if you can, and do a combination of walking and running. And it's going to be difficult at first. Definitely know that it's going to be a challenge for you, but know that if you stay on this and you stay consistent over a long period of time, you're going to start losing that unwanted weight, and your body's going to become more efficient at running for longer periods of time. It's always difficult for all of us, even if we're experienced athletes, myself included. I had many times where I would take off 2 weeks after every cycle of training, and I would just eat and drink whatever I wanted and just relax. That's still very important, to allow yourself time to have some downtime. But you do want to start small. Don't try to just jump into training, because it's gonna you'll start to question yourself, and you'll start to worry that I've just never been good at running, or because I'm currently overweight, I don't know if I can do this. You're gonna have a lot of thoughts, but just know that if you stay at this consistently over a long period of time, you're going to do great. If you can only get out the door once or twice per week, then you're off to a great start in terms of getting started in this sport, even if you're overweight. The second point I want to talk on is focus on a quality warm-up. Okay, we as distance runners and middle distance runners, a lot of times you'll see athletes do these strides, what we call strides. They're kind of short, between 50 meters and 100 meter sprints, but they're not in an all-out sprint the whole way. It's just like a gradual increase in speed. You really want to focus on, prior to doing your walk run workouts that I'll talk about here in the next step. You do want to have a quality warm-up where you're spending between 10 to 15 minutes just easy stretching your quads, stretching your hamstrings, making sure that you're nice and loose before you start any type of workout. You definitely, if you're currently overweight, I also highly advise before even starting it, definitely to consult your physician or consult somebody that you know that is a qualified healthcare professional. That's always very important in terms of, especially if you have any type of medical condition or anything that's going to stop you from getting involved in the sport. That's just a smart way to get started, for any precautions, to make sure that you're listening to expert advice. Certainly, me as a middle to long distance runner, I have a little over 20 years experience. If you're brand new to this channel, I definitely encourage you to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and if you guys enjoy this video, feel free to leave me a like. I'd really appreciate that. It helps this channel grow and reach more people. You just getting started, even if you're overweight, you can do a light stride, even if you're heavier right now. It doesn't need to be all out, but try doing between two to five of those sprints. And it's not, like I said, it's not an all-out sprint. Just gradually increase your speed, and that'll get your heart rate up a little bit before you start doing your workout. But again, start small. It's not, you don't want to just jump into any type of workout with any type of warm-up whatsoever. This is what we all do as athletes, regardless if we're overweight or if we're 100% fit. It's always a smart move to have a nice quality warm-up where your muscles are warmed up and your heart rate's up a little bit. So that's really important too. So tip number 3, focus on progression. Okay, I talk a lot about this in other videos to athletes that are much more advanced than myself and you perhaps. Great results in this sport come over many months and many years. So like I said in step number 1 is you don't want to get discouraged. Okay, enjoy what you're doing. If you can, get with a group to surround yourself with positive people. It's very, very important to don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about people that are going to say negative things about you. It doesn't matter what they think at the end of the day. It does not matter. Focus on what you can do each day to get better. Getting out the door, if early on, it might be one to 3 times per week. Later on, as you get fitter, you can move that out to between 4 and 5 days a week. But it's going to take time. Okay, so in terms of progression, I want to provide 2 key workouts that I want you guys to think about. Okay, in terms of how to start running when you're overweight, you don't want to just start running. Okay, you're currently not as fit as you want to be, so try focusing on implementing your strategy in smaller chunks, so you're not thinking about workouts that are longer in duration. Okay, do a combination of walking and running. Okay, so the first workout I would recommend doing, and do this for 3 weeks. The reason why I say 3 weeks is because the body, it takes about 21 days for your body to adapt to any physiological stress that you're throwing at it. But I want you to think more so about doing your first workout, and do this for 3 weeks, 2 to 3 times per week. Do 60 minutes of brisk walking, followed by 60 minutes of very, very light jogging. Okay, even if you're early on and you're having a hard time doing a brisk walk, do a 60-second walk followed by easy walk, very easy, just relaxed, followed by a 60-second very light jog, and do that for 10 minutes. Do that for 3 weeks, and then followed by the next 3 weeks, I want you to do 15 minutes of the same workout where you're doing 60 seconds of, and after the first 3 weeks, you're going to start feeling a little bit more fit, and that's going to build your confidence, it's going to build your motivation up. So for that next 3 weeks of training, do 15 minutes, move it from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, and then instead of doing a light jog or a light walk for 60 seconds, I want you doing a brisk walk for 60 seconds, and then a light jog to a moderate jog for 60 seconds, and do that for 15 minutes. Do that for 3 weeks. So I think if you're doing this, you're starting off walking and running, It's really going to give you some great results, and it's going to eventually get you to a point where you can actually start running. Okay, and it's not going to be running at first. It just might be light jogging. As the pounds come off, that's going to create more motivation for you. You're going to be able to run for a longer period of time, and your heart's not going to have to work as hard because you have less weight and you're more, aerobically fit and anaerobically fit. That's what you want. So the fourth tip I want you to keep in mind is welcome the challenge. Okay, what is it that you want? Find your why. What is it that's driving you to lose this weight? Okay, is it you want to fit in your clothes better? You want to feel better? You want to have more motivation? You want to run your first marathon? You want to get out there and run your first 5K? Keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, this is why I love talking to people that are either overweight, athletes that are second guessing themselves, athletes that think that maybe their time has passed, maybe their best running is behind them. You guys are the ones I really love talking to because I'm a motivator. Okay, this is how I operate. This is my whole background has been around getting out of my comfort zone and helping others get out of their comfort zone. I think it's very, very key for you to continue to remind yourself of what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. The next tip I want to share with you is write down your goals. I think it's very important to not just think about what you're wanting to do and not just taking action on a daily basis and getting out there and doing it, but actually start writing down what you want. I want to be 10 pounds lighter in the next 4 months, and I want to or I want to be a size 9 and in the next year. So or I want to run my first marathon and I want to run it in under 5 hours, or whatever it is. Make sure you're writing down your goals. Okay, I think there's something about writing down our goals that reminds the subconscious mind of what it is that you're really wanting to focus on doing. The next tip I want to share with you is visualize yourself succeeding, doing something that you truly want to do. See yourself being that getting across the finish line in your thinner self, more confident, more focused, surrounded by loved ones. Really think about these things. I think it's very, very important that we visualize success and we visualize what we want. I've used the same tactic myself over the years as a distance runner. It helped me tremendously preparing for the half marathon and the marathon distance. It also helped me drop from a 2:43 marathon down to 2:19, and from a 1:13 half marathoner down to a 1:07 half. I almost broke an hour and 7 minutes actually, because I was continually visualizing, focusing, training my mind, training that subconscious mind to get what I wanted. And the last tip I want to share with you guys is, if you're overweight right now, I want you focusing on what you can control. You can't control what other people say, but you can control your thoughts, what you're feeding yourself. You can control what you're eating. It doesn't mean you can't you have to give up every type of food that you love. There's no question about that. You can still stay active and enjoy yourself, but you have to remind yourself of what you're doing and knowing that you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone to get fitter, to lose weight, and to run for longer periods of time. So I want you focusing on what you can control and don't worry about the rest. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. I know there's so many topics that go into running, and especially if you're overweight, but I want you guys to leave me a comment below this video and let me know what is the biggest issue you've had as a distance runner and what's stopping you from getting to where you want to go. Is it, in terms of weight, what has stopped you from performing at the level you want to be at because of where you're currently at in terms of your weight? Let me know what specific issue you're having the biggest problem with, and I really want to tackle that. I really want to, either if I make another video on this, I really want to go into more specifics on what it is that's giving you the hardest problems. Even if you're not overweight, what is giving you the biggest issue as a runner? Leave me a comment below and let me know. I really think that athletes that are overweight are some of the most disciplined, focused, driven individuals that are out there. And they can do just as much as I can do or any other athlete out there. So if you're currently overweight, I do not want you letting up. I don't want you to lose focus. I don't want you to lose heart. Stay motivated, stay driven. You can do this. But again, focus on progression. Go over the tips we've discussed. Don't get discouraged. Focus on a quality warm-up. Focus on progression. Don't be in a rush about this, okay? Welcome the challenge. Know that, find your why. What is it that's going to get you out the door to stay excited about what you're doing? And focus on what you can control. That's really, really important. Focus on what you control and don't worry about the naysayers or what other people are saying. Just keep your mind focused on success, and your subconscious mind, I'm telling you, will gravitate. It will bring you to the end result that you're seeking. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, or if you're not, if you're a returning visitor, click on that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so when I make a new video, you'll be notified of it. And if you can, please give me a like on this video. I really appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you all in the next video.